traveling has been my driving force in life for the last 5 years. Whether it's by sea on my sailboat, or by land in my camper van and motorcycle, my sense of adventure has always acted as my compass. Subscribe to become a part of the journey and experience all the beautiful places and people I encounter along the way. All right guys, the big adventure begins and it's time to check some things off the list and start doing a bunch of installs of many different things. And thankfully I've got Ryan here to help me out with a lot of this work. So how do we get connected?
Well, I guess it all starts back, last year I was on Delos and sailed with those guys for quite a while, and when I left there, I guess you jumped on board with those guys for quite some time. And then we also have another mutual connection, and that would be with MJ Sailing. We've both done work for those guys. And so between that and the boat show this year, we talked about it, and you brought up the idea of when was I going to come down and help you on your boat. And so here we are, and we've got all these amazing boxes of fun toys to put on the boat.
We've got a lot of work ahead of us, but I really do appreciate you coming. So thank you so much, Ryan, and it's time to get to work.
Alright, we've unpackaged the arch, and it comes in 3 pieces, and I will have to say, this is well built. The quality of this thing, you can just feel it. I mean, everything's really solid. The thing we're going to have to work on is, as you can see, the 2 legs are different heights, and so we're going to have to probably cut this one back, the forward one back, in order to have the back leg land on the transom. There's the arch. We're just dry fitting it for right now. Again, just so we can see how it sits on the back. There's the back of the boat, so you can see what we're working with. We want to try to put it one stand there and then one back on the transom. So that's what we're shooting for. And we may have to come down in between these rails, but the only way to find out is do what we're doing, which, like I said, is this dry fit. And then hopefully that way we'll know what we're working with.
Along with Ryan here to help, I also have Kiki, who you'll be seeing a lot more of in videos to come. Hey guys, I just want to take a quick second to share with you something new that I've been kind of trying. So recently I've really wanted to take charge of my health, because I find on the boat and traveling all the time, I don't necessarily have great access to all of the nutrients that I need to really live a healthy lifestyle. And so something that I've recently started trying is AG1 by Athletic Greens. What AG1 by Athletic Greens is it's a nutritional drink. Each scoop is like 9 products in one. What I've personally really enjoyed about using it is how extremely convenient it is. It's as simple as 1 scoop, 1 minute, once a day, every day. I find that it has a really light and mild, easy drinking flavor that's refreshing to start out my morning routine. Throughout the day, I definitely have a lot of energy fluctuations, so I crash. The biggest benefit that I have noticed so far since I started using it is this has given me much more of a stable, consistent energy level throughout the day, which is really nice. It helps my productivity. Tap my link to get a 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D3K2, as well as 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. I've recommended AG1 to my friends and family, and would highly recommend it to all of you as well. You really can't put a price on your own health. We started out by trimming the forward legs on the arch to allow it to sit more level. Oh my god, it's rattling my skull.
Now it should be easy.
Then we had to cut off the railing that goes around the transom to be able to accommodate the arch.
Okay. All right, Taylor, what are we getting ready to do here?
Time to lop this sucker off.
Hit it.
I'm so close.
So close.
Need a breather there?
I've got like a hair left.
You didn't know that today was upper body day, did you?
No. Ooh, that was all she needed.
That's all it took. Getting really close to getting this arch done. And for the second morning in a row, we were told that it was going to be pouring the rain this morning. And look what we wake up to. So we're getting knocked out because rain is coming this afternoon.
Yeah, look at these skies. This is blue, clear skies. Never believe the weatherman. Yeah, so just to recap on what we did yesterday, we kind of got it dry fitted and got the holes drilled for the mounts. And then we kind of bolted them in just to double check that it fits and everything seems to line up and it's level. And so now we're going in and finalizing that. So I think we're looking good to be done today, right?
Yes.
So I said, based on what other people have said to me, that it was going to take 3 days. Kiki said 1 day. Ryan, what was your vote?
I like the 3 days. That's what I saw
3
in the
days.
videos.
So I think that's a fair estimate. If you're going to be doing this yourself, count on 3 days. Well, and if you don't have rain, you could maybe get it done in 2.
Well, you're also talking 3 people, 3 days.
That's true.
So I mean,
You cannot do this job by yourself.
yeah, this is not a one-man job.
No.
Or one woman job. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, this is not a one-person job. That's for dang sure.
All right, so we're on our last foot mount here. We just did the 4200 on that. We got the 4200 on the block that's going to go back behind the fiberglass. And now we got to get our 4200 on the bottom of the foot.
You're trying to make as big of a mess as you possibly can.
We have figured out, between Kiki and I, the perfect amount of 4200 to not put on. So we're doing our best. So while Kiki and I are here putting this last foot on, we actually just got an awesome visit from Odd Life Crafting. They're on board checking out the boat. We all met up together back at the boat show about a month ago. Really cool folks, and so anyway, they're in there chatting and we're gonna get this last leg done.
Well, we got one project done. The arch is looking real good. And now moving on in the to-do list, today's job is getting the new radar installed. I don't know if we'll get it all the way installed. What we're gonna do now is they're gonna send me up the mast and I'm gonna try and take off the old dome, and then we'll figure out how to get the new one up there and just connect the old network to the new network and fish it through the mast.
Now we're getting ready to see if she can pull that off, and then we'll bring it down. And hopefully the new radar will mount to the old bracket up there. Taylor, how was it up there?
Oh, it was actually pretty fun. The only thing was the wind started to pick up a little bit, so when I needed to use my hands, I was like trying not to swing around. But I don't know, every time I go up the mast, it makes me kind of happy, so I'm feeling good.
Taylor, what you getting into here?
Well, yesterday we did the radar, kind of. We at least got the old one down, and now we're kind of working on figuring out how we're gonna mount that, because the mounts are slightly different, but we think we can make it work. And then in the meantime, we're gonna continue being productive and get the anemometer on, which is what this little guy is. And in order to do that, I've got to get right up to the very, very top of the mast. I've got to take that old one off, see how it's mounted in there, and then figure out how I'm gonna screw this new one in. And then once I get it screwed in, we'll be able to fish the wire down and through.
Just how high up off the water are you gonna be when you're at the tip top?
Well, my mast height is 55.5, so about that.
Great.
Maybe, let's call it 55.
Let's go 55.
Yeah.
All right. And do you get nervous going up that high? Because that's the other question everybody's going to want to know, right?
No, I don't. Heights don't really bother me that much. The only thing is that at the very top of the mast, any small movements down here are amplified a lot up there. So even if somebody steps on and off the boat, you feel like you're swinging 30 feet. So that can get a little bit nerve-wracking sometimes, but the height itself, I'm fine.
Not a problem.
I'm fine. I I sailed the entire way from New York to here without any kind of a wind sensor.
You just lick your finger and just stick it out to the wind, right?
Pretty much, yeah. So this is gonna be really nice to have, and once we get it all hooked up into the new chart plotter, it's gonna be real nice.
Awesome. All right, let's double check that knot there. How are we looking?
Boom.
Figure 8 in, backup's in.
I gotta get up like a foot to get my other line on, just because it doesn't come down low enough. Made it all the way up to the very tip top. So this is the old one here that I'm gonna have to kind of take off and then pay attention to how it's mounted and see how this new one can work in what we've got. I already broke one screwdriver trying to get them out. It almost looks like they're like somebody threaded it with 5200 or something. So now I'm gonna try and see if I can just mount it in a different spot and yeah, drill the holes. Now I've got my little sticky pad mounted where it's gonna go and I'm ready to drill.
What's the plan here, Kiki?
All right, so here we got our old radar, and this thing's supposedly mounted proper from these 4 bolt holes.
Okay.
Up on the mast, we've got a little mount up there that I'm hoping to get some holes drilled in this little piece of starboard, centered on that. We countersink the bolts, and then we've got to make our other mount points for the new one here. It's a little bit bigger than the old frame.
The whole pattern layout is different between the two. So the starboard's gonna help us make it happy, huh?
Yep, that's the theory.
So this is the old one right here, and they've got like a square pattern, and there's the new one, and you can see it's kind of more of a bigger rectangular pattern. So Kiki's on top of this.
Cross your fingers.
Up the mast once again. Today I'm just working on kind of dry fitting the starboard bracket that we made to modify this one. So I'm just gonna kind of fit it on there and get the bolts on and just see how it works. And then we'll bring the new radar up and just make sure that everything lines up. Okay, so we got the radar kind of dry fitted on there, and now I'm gonna mount the new bracket and we'll go from there. Okay, so we got the new bracket mounted on there. And then basically we have to plug this into the radar, and then we'll be able to mount the radar onto here. All right, well, we got it up here. And yes, I know it is upside down. I'm doing that so that I can get this wire plugged in here and screw these closed. And then I'll flip it over and fully mount it into the bracket. This radar bracket isn't really meant for this one, so we're trying to modify it to work. And unfortunately, there's a little bit of a gap there between our starboard bracket and the base of the radar. Kiki is just down there. Making some little wedges that we can shove in there. And I'm just up here waiting for him to do that. And man, I have to pee.
So today's a sad day because this is the day I'm going to be leaving to go back home and be with my family. And I've had an amazing week here with Taylor, and by no means does she need my help. This girl is independent and kicks butt with everything she can do, and it blew me away. I've known her for almost a year now, and I always thought she was like 28 because of all the stuff she knows how to do. And when I got here and realized that she's only 22, that impressed me more. But it's been an awesome week working beside her, seeing what she can do, seeing how much she knows. And I'm serious when I say this. She cares a lot about her fans. She really thinks the world of you guys and appreciates the support you guys give her. And her whole goal is just to show people that women can do everything guys can do. This whole theory that women can't be the captains of boats, or women can't handle sailing or crossings. She wants to crush that and show people that's not true. And I appreciate that. My wife and my daughter, I want them to live in that same mindset. And honestly, here on the dock, I mean, people come up to her all the time and say how much she's inspired them. There was a little girl here yesterday. She was about 3 or 4, and she couldn't believe it because Taylor was all the way up on top of the mast for 2 hours, working hard. And so anyway, all I'm saying is it's been an honor here working with Taylor. I really appreciated her allowing me to do that. Anyway, just wanted to say thank you, Taylor, and thank you to you guys out there for all your support. It's been a great time. Take care.